Okay, so this episode of Kickin' It is brought to you by our new sponsor, Caldera Labs. Now, I've never been a big one for like using men's like moisturising creams and stuff like that, but since I've started using it, it is really, really beneficial. We've got a few different products from those guys. Obviously, you've got the base layer, just your standard moisturising cream to be used on the morning and the evening. This one for the shower, the clean slate, first thing on the morning when you shower. First thing the last thing on the evening as well, and just makes your face feel really soft and smooth when you get out of the shower. This one, I really like this one. This one, this is a really, really good one. Now this helps you apply this just a couple of drops on a night time just before you get into bed, and it makes your skin feel like a little bit tighter. It helps with wrinkles, makes it smooth, and like I say, I've not really been one for like keeping up a routine with like men's facial creams and stuff like that, but I am getting a little bit older now. So yeah, I found these really beneficial and work really well. As always, yeah, you can use code KICKINIT. You will get 20% off. So yeah, Caldera Labs, give them a follow on Instagram, and yeah, get some. Okay, right. Little roundup for you for the Hitman Fight League show coming up. We've got a massive show in June, haven't we, Andy?
Massive, yeah.
It's going to be absolutely huge. We've had a few stumbling blocks along the way.
Only this week, 2 weeks before the show.
As you do, but we've still managed to fucking salvage it. We've got a good team going on here with me, Andy, Si and Ricky. We've been on the ball and we managed to salvage it, and the show's still going to be absolute class. Before we get onto that, obviously, it is Father's Day coming up soon, and the best present for your dad. I said this yesterday. Your dad might be a big, fat, stinking, hairy yeti of a man. So
like
what?
Yours.
Yeah. Sorry, Kev.
Kev.
So what do you want to get him? The performance box from Manscaped. Performance package 4.0. I'm just having a look down here what it's got in there. It's got the lawnmower, the weed whacker. You get boxers, crop reviver. All of it, it'll make
Crop reviver.
Crop reviver, mate.
Brings it all back so you can get rid of it again.
You've got all the smellies and stuff like that. It's classy. It's a nice little stocking filler for Father's Day. There's also like a new beard trimmer now, though. I can't remember what it's called, but it's good. New beard. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's got a new beard trimmer. So that's a nice little addition to get in there for the Manscaped thing. So yeah, the Father's Day is coming up. You can use our code KICKINIT as always. It will get you 20% off. It will get you free shipping, and it will get you a less hairy, stinking dad if you get that box. So yeah, enjoy.
So you can have more brothers and sisters on the way.
Yeah. Cody's kicking it. Right, let's get on to what we've got going on here. So the first one, we've had to have a bit of a switch around with some of the fights in the main event, because do you know what's pissed me off? Fighters fighting when they know they're fighting on our show.
Yeah, honestly.
We've had this show locked in since November, December last year.
We announced it in November. We did the first podcast talking about it in November, didn't we? When we had Vinny on and we said we're doing this.
And we've had his main events done, locked in since December.
We announced everything in December. Like the main 5 fights were announced in December, weren't they? So.
Yeah, so a couple of them have changed. We've now got Joe Ryan versus Magnus for the world title instead, which again, I think this is going to be a sick fight because you've got both similar height, well, not similar style. Magnus is a bit of a tank.
Magnus is aggressive and he'll come and try to take his head off. So it's unfortunately, Youssef, it's one of them where I get why he's done it, because he's Moroccan and they get paid to do the IFMAs.
Yeah.
So, I can understand that. But he's done the IFMAs in Thailand last week. Got to the final, battered everyone. Got to the final, lost in the final, but he's broke his foot in the final.
And
so with 3 weeks,
it's just our luck as well, this though, because he's done this every year for about the last 6 years.
And chinned everyone and not got injured.
He's won every time, and his manager even said, "Oh, don't worry, he does it every year. He never gets hurt."
Well, he just did it when he fought Jimmy Vino. He did the one in Abu Dhabi. He won 3 first-round knockouts to win it. But unfortunately for us, Youssef Asuik is out. He's broke his foot. We wish him a speedy recovery, obviously. We've already locked on that fight is ours. He's agreed that 100% that fight's ours. So he will be coming to England and he will be fighting Joe Ryan next year. Probably next year now, by the way, things going with shows we've got lined up. So it will happen. We'll do it next year. But now, obviously, the obvious replacement for us, like you say, was just bumping Magnus up to the main event.
But he's been on a good, nice little run, Magnus. He just won a title over in Mexico.
He's on a 3-4 fight streak, winning here as well. He's fought on Glory. Just won a title.
Yeah.
On Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha.
Is that in Mexico? That?
I think it was in Mexico, yeah.
So either way, that fight's still going to be sick.
Brilliant fight.
Yeah, it's still going to be a class fight because Magnus has been in there with like Petchmorakot and all the top ties.
He's fought everyone.
He's aggressive and he's going to come to fight still. It might even, do you know what? Like Youssef is a bit more technical. Magnus is just wild. It might be a bit more of an entertaining fight.
Yeah. It could be a good one.
So yeah, that's still going to be for the WMO World Title.
Still for the WMO World Title. Obviously, with what had happened, the WMO had already sanctioned Joe and Youssef to fight for the belt. The belts were already here. We have the belt. They said, look, we understand what's happened. Magnus is a great replacement. So that's still going ahead. So yeah, Joe Ryan versus Magnus for the WMO World Title. We've got a new opponent coming in for Joe. We'll announce that in a couple of days. We're just waiting for confirmation on that today. So hopefully that's locked in today.
Yeah, we don't want to announce it now just before these contracts get signed. And by the time this gets released in a couple of days, then
because it's just our luck that it's gone to shit.
Yeah.
So we don't want to jinx that. As I'm sure most people know, unfortunately, we've lost. Josh Hill broke his jaw in his fight on one.
Good one, Josh.
Nice one, Josh Hill, you big spaghetti arm twat. So yeah,
but this is another one. Josh has had 60 fights, and I've never seen him get hurt. I've never seen him get hurt ever. And he was like, you know what I'm like. I never get hurt, do I? And then look what happens.
In fairness to Josh, the idiot still wanted to fight with a broken jaw, but obviously none of us are letting that happen. Yeah. Well, we'd let it happen. Can't let it happen. So yeah, unfortunately we've lost the Josh and David Penelope fight as well. Unfortunately, there's not what we can do about that one. So we're just gonna look at something else. All it means is it's opened up a bit more money to put a couple of other A-class fights on that we wasn't going to do in the first place. So,
and however, we have got the best female fighter probably in Europe, possibly in the world. Neem Kinahan now fighting for the WMO female world title.
Fighting for the world title,
against top. She's French, isn't she?
The French girl. She's number 4 in the WMO rankings. Just coming off a big win against Judy Humber.
And listen, if you haven't watched Neem fight, she's sick.
Yeah,
she's fucking absolutely class.
She's entertaining. She's not like a scorer. She'll have a fight.
The thing is, she can do it all. She's won by knockout. She can win on points. If she needs to be technical, she can. If she wants to get stuck in, she can do that. She is very, very entertaining. I'm buzzing to watch her fight. And she become unified champion here? Will she have all the best belts?
I think so. I think there's only WMC that she'd need.
Right. Yeah.
So she's near enough unifying the belts. Yeah. So. She'll be very close to a unification. Probably one of the first girls to unify, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd imagine so. I can't think of anyone else that has.
No.
Maybe Julie Kitchen got close, but WMO I don't think was about just then. So yeah, that'll be a good unification bout.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That is one of the main fights. Obviously, the main and the co-main 2 WMO world titles. I'm really looking forward to watching Neem fight.
And Neem's opponents had all her fights have been in Thailand as well.
Yeah.
All of she lived in Thailand. She's now back in France. But all of Kiro's fights have been in Thailand. Like I say, coming off a big win against Judy Humber.
I said, you know what? And Judy's been looked almost unbeatable for the last couple of years out there, hasn't she? Really,
she has, hasn't she?
She's looked very,
a
very.
little bit of a bad run at minute. A couple of bad decisions against her in Australia, I think, and a couple of us, but. Judy's brilliant, so that's a big win in itself.
Yeah, that shows the level of opponent that we're bringing in for our fighters. Like it's not like we're just trying to put belts on and let our guys smash them to bits and win them. The WMO is strict with who you get. I was just speaking to Nico Carrillo about this, and he was saying like when it were hard because his opponent pulled out and they were trying to find a suitable opponent. WMO, the WBC's the rankings are just all over the place. To let people fight for, and this is not it might not be so much them. This is promoters who are just lying about what's going on with other fighters. Because the fighters who we see get knocked out, the next minute they're fighting for a WBC belt.
There's fights now happening in a show in a couple of months that have got WBC world title fights on. They've lost the last 2-3 fights and they're fighting for world titles.
And they're just letting it go. At least the WMO, like when we went to them with these fights, said, look, this is what we want. Joe Ryan were number 7 or whatever. Youssef were number 4, I believe.
4, I think.
Neem's top 5. These other girls.
Neem's number 1.
Yeah, these other girls top 5. So obviously we're doing it right. Obviously now that we've lost Youssef, we said, listen, Magnus, I think he's top 10 still. He's ranked. This is what we want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's not like we're just getting any old fucking geezer in to do it. We're still trying to make it tough for our fighters.
Yeah, exactly. The WMO good to work with. To be fair, they're very easy to work with as well. As long as they understand that you're trying to do the best for the sport and for that, and the matches are good and good fighters, they just kind of they're like, yeah, we're happy to help you and happy to help you do it. They offered to try and find replacements for us. You know, they were helping us try and match the fight as well. So They are good to have on board. And if you look at the rankings, they're the legit rankings.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like, it isn't a dig at WBC, but they are the legit rankings.
Yeah, definitely. We've had another. I'm really looking forward to this fight. We had another. Well, this was a horrendous injury, really, for Reece Thompson, who got. Not Reece Thompson. Who were fighting Jono?
Oh yeah, Jacob Thompson.
Jacob Thompson, sorry. Yeah.
Jacob's. He punctured his liver or something. Sparring, bless him.
Horrendous injury.
And it was all. Well, this happened just as we'd matched the fight, and I was like, "Are you going to be able to fight, mate?" And he's like, "Yeah." Andy said, "Yeah, look, he's all right. He's back in the gym. He's taking it easy." 6 weeks into his camp, he's got caught again, and it's gone again. So unfortunately, Jacob's out again. We'll make it happen another time. Possibly the November show, that could happen. But Jono's got a sick replacement. Abdullah, he's from high right, really.
Yeah,
he's got some dynamite in that left hand, hasn't he?
He's from Lebanon, and he just contacted us, right, I want to come fight. We're like, well, you're in luck. You're in luck, son.
Brilliant.
We've just had to pull out at your way. And the thing is, Jono wants someone who will just come and stand in front of him and go insane.
He wants
because that's all Jono wants. He's a sick man. He has sick thoughts about sick things.
Weirdo, isn't he?
Yeah, and that's all he wants to do. Just stand and do something crazy.
And this kid, got no option now.
Yeah, this kid, mate. If you just go onto his Instagram and have a look at like his. What's his Instagram? Get his Insta. Do you know his Insta?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Just so people can go on and have a look. If you go on and have a look at his highlight reel, it's just him blowing everyone away. And I think so. He's had 26 amateur fights, 25 wins, 1 loss.
Abdallah, Abdallah Ondes, Ondes.
So, yeah, I mean, he's 26
Muay Thai K1 champion. He's fought on Infusion.
Yeah, 26-1 in amateur, 16-1 as a pro, and most of his wins have all been KOs.
A lot of them have been KOs.
So, yeah, that fight...
expects that to go off.
Yeah, I can't see
straight away. It's only like 5 rounds in it, that one, actually, because it's international now. So
yeah, true.
5 rounds now.
5 threes, but yeah, either way, it's not making a distance.
It's not going anywhere near 3 rounds, I don't think. That one, it'll be a barnstorm with that.
What other big ones have we got on?
I think Jay Council's a big one, mate.
Yeah.
Jay and Dom Hill will be explosive. Both coming off big KO. Dom's just coming off a stoppage win in Denmark a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, Jay coming off a big knockout against Joshua on our last show, up at a heavier weight, up at 60, so he's back down to 57 now. Against one of the ranked UK boys, so we can see how dangerous he is. And then we've got something in mind for him in the next on the next show for the winner. Who else is there? There's a lot of
If you watched our last show, if you caught our last show, Jay were really entertaining. It were a breath of fresh air, because whenever he did any of the pre-fight interviews, he were funny, he were on the ball, he were making everyone laugh, and he had a really big personality before the fight, and he was funny. And then during the fight, he just delivered. Absolutely fucking smashed it.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, he smashed it. And then after the fight, he had that aura about him. He just got all the fans involved. Everyone enjoyed his fight.
Marketable
young man,
guy. That's why we want him.
Yeah,
that's why we want him on the show. That's why we brought him back straight away. He was a marketable guy. Danced his way down to the ring. Fucking performed great. Won by knockout. Did his gunshots out of the ring afterwards. Then did a great interview. We've got another big A-class girls fight as well. We're bringing Martina Steiner from Switzerland.
Yep.
She's very good. Fought a lot in Thailand. Trained at FA Group quite a lot. We're bringing her. She's Ice K world champion. Bringing her to fight Naomi.
Yeah.
Naomi Ridley from
gym.
Bad Company.
So this is a big step up for Naomi. But the thing is, Naomi needs it because she's just battering everyone.
And there's no one, it's a hard weight in it. Like we've said, like it's 61 is going to be better, but she's like, nah, fuck it. I want to stay 63 now.
So she's battering everyone though at the minute. And like she's going to be very difficult to beat. So
on a 5-fight win streak, is she? 4 5-fight win streak.
Yeah, and she's like, the levels are going up and up and up every single fight. So like we've said, right, let's just see where she's at. Bring the world champion in for
exactly.
And then let's
second day class fighting the world champion.
Exactly.
Fair play to her.
Also, don't forget we've got all the betting and stuff going on.
Yeah,
I thought there's going to be a lot of exciting fights to bet on there with them.
Tell you what's going to be a good fight as well. Don't forget we've got Scott Stewart defending his #1 spot as well against Will Dallard, coming off a knockout as well on our last show.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about
that.
One. Yeah,
mate, there's loads of A-class.
Yeah.
Got AJ Durrani against Frankie Brumo. That's UK number 3 against number 5. Ellis Cook.
Yeah.
Cook and the boy from Spain now that we've got the British title, got the Pro-Am British title. John Pop's boy Max fighting Sydney.
Yeah, from
Sydney
that's a
Dakers
rematch. That's a rematch.
That were a draw last time.
Yeah.
So we're doing that for it's Pro-Am. We're doing that under Pro-Am rules for the Pro-Am WMO English title.
Yeah.
So there's loads of that, and that's not even got going. There's still another like 4 or 5. Thomas as well from Sean Silvers. He came off a big knockout win against Baz Abdullah on the April show. He's fighting again against one of Tommy Johnson's boys, A-class. Morgan Bennett from Jai against Eleanor Fellows, Pro-Am. So, yeah, it's fucking stacked.
Yeah, it is going to be absolutely fucking ridiculous, to be fair. If there's one fight there that stand out, Andy, we can say, right, look out for this fight. I think this has got Fight of the Night written all over it. What would you go for?
Do you know what? Now it's changed. I'd say Magnus and Joe Ryan. I would have said Magnus and Craven.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were going to stand and just have it.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had that in my head. But now it's changed to Magnus and Joe Ryan. Obviously, Magnus's style's totally different to what Yusuf's were. I think Yusuf's elusiveness might have caused some problems for Joe, and it were a big test. I think this is a equally big test for Joe because Magnus is a big puncher.
Yeah.
And I think if anything's going to get Joe unstuck, it could be that. But Joe Ryan's too fucking sick, mate.
Yeah.
And in his last few fights, everyone's thought, oh, he stepped up a bit too quick here and he just battered him. So I think that one could be Fight of the Night in a technical aspect as well as a bit of a war. But Fight of the Night from just plain bog standard having a war, it's going to be Jono and Abdallah, innit?
Yeah,
because they're just going to have it
off.
off.
Wait for that.
They're just going to punch each other's heads in for a couple of rounds until one of them hits floor.
100%, mate.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like we said, we've got all the other fun shit going on as well. We'll have the punch machine there. We'll have the betting going on. We've got the VIP booth, which is sick. We've got the 2 left.
I think we've got 2 or 3 left.
Two left, yeah.
I've had a couple of inquiries over last night. But I think we've got 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants one of them boxes, they're sick.
So we're trying to make it just like not just like you go watch your mate fight. You go and want it to be like a proper day out. You can bet on all the fights.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got the VIP stuff. You got the punch machine. It'll be like a little day out as well as
the atmosphere a little bit from it being a bit like to like everyone buzzing off of it.
Yeah, and if
the
there's
betting going on, everyone having a little competition with your mates on the punch machine.
And if there's all going down like last time, like with the fucking Natty Dodds Ben Can fight.
Someone better do.
Yeah.
I expect Jono and Abdullah to do that.
What we're doing this time as well, I forgot to mention, what we're doing this time, what we didn't do last time as well, we're giving the juniors a little stage to...
Yes, we are. We've got a couple of good junior fights on.
We've got some of the best juniors that you'll probably see in the country, really. We've got a couple of good ones coming through. Giving them like a stage, just what they get, so they're going to have like a opening to the show, and it just they'll know what in a few years' time they'll be trying to work their way up the ranks.
That
and stuff
big
like
entrance with all the lights and everything.
Yeah, they still get the entrance, they still get the lights, still
fighting
get
on shows where world titles are being thrown about with big names like Magnus and stuff like that. So and the kids are buzzing for it. I spoke to one of the dads today because I've just sorted out one of the girls to fight Jazzy, and she's buzzing, so that'll be good. There's some good kids on. CJ, little mini beast CJ from Kersley, he's brilliant. He's just a little savage. He's on the show now, fighting Dylan from KC. We've got a couple of other good fights to announce for the juniors. Don't forget with hard hitters as well. Our sponsors of the show, Jim King. Jim King are throwing in a £200 gift voucher for the winner of the hardest punch on the machine.
Nice.
So... Josh messaged me about that the other day. So there's a £200 voucher for the winner of the punch machine. So you better sort your knee out and win that. So we don't give any money away.
So there you go. 10th of June, Bowlers Arena, Manchester. Tickets are available. If you need ringside tickets, though, you're going to have to go to the fighters because they're... Why am I holding it like I'm fucking singing? I want to win this race.
I do have a few... We do have a few ringside left.
Oh, do we?
Yeah,
okay.
I do have a few ringside left. If anyone wants ringside, get in touch with the page or myself, Liam, anyone.
Hit
all
us up.
The fighters.
All the
we
fighters,
can get them out here.
Any of them. 10th of June, just be there and, we'll be back for a roundup of all the results after the show, and hopefully it's as much carnage gone on as what we believe it's going to be.
What we hope it's going to be.
Yeah. Right, cheers guys, nice one.